Hi, everybody. It's 2 o'clock on a Tuesday. And today I am making an interactive card by Lawn Fawn, my lunch. Um, and it's called Knock Knock, Who's There? It has a little door that opens. Isn't that adorable? I love it. So stay with me and I'm going to show you how to make this start to finish. Now I'm using two dies, two sets of dies. Now this is the interactive part. Knock knock, who's there? So this I'm going to be showing you how to do. This is the mechanism, and then they have the little door that's cut. And there's also little frames and whatnot so that you can put open me or whatever you want on it. I chose not to. I thought it was pretty self-explanatory. Plus, the stamp that I have that says open me, they don't make anymore. So I hate using it in my videos because then people always say, oh, can I get that? And you can't. So I hate to use it. So I thought putting the little doorknob on it was just a good way of showing people. And plus you can tell that it opens. All right. Now, if I was doing this off camera, I might put my little frame on there because it's adorable. Alrighty. Then the other one I'm using is the tree. So that is creating the tree and the tree foliage. And then I'm using another die here to make the hill, which I've used many times before. They also have another add-on that is rectangles. So instead of having an arch door, you can have a rectangle door. So that is another add-on, which I am not using today. Okay. Now this one also has little apples, and I decided that I would use those apples. So I'll put them on this card. All right. I'm also using the new stamp set, and it is called Halloween Mice. And they are just adorable little mice. See that? They're so cute. You can make really cute little scenes with this. And of course, as usual, they have very punny sayings. Witching you a mice Halloween. So that was kind of cute. And I am actually using this as a birthday card. So wishing you a mice birthday. All right, I have a great nephew that is born on Halloween, so he's getting a Halloween card. Okay, so we are going to start with a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card. Cut down, I cut it down to 4 by 5 1/4. This one I left, but then I decided I'd rather have a little 1/8 inch frame around it. So I cut it down to this size. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to just do my cloud background. So I'm just going to take my Lawn Fawn cloud stencil and just stencil some clouds on here. I don't have to do the entire page because only a little bit shows, but you know me. I love making these, so I'm just going to go for it. And there we go. So there's my clouds. All right. Now, once I've got my clouds on here, I'm going to take this door and I'm going to open my card up. They've made it very simple. You're going to see they have a little point here, a little arrow. Hi, Selena. And they have a little point or arrow here. And what that's for is we're going to line that up with this fold. All right. So that little point is going to go along the fold. And this one is going to go along the bottom. So see that? So this one's along the bottom and this one's along the top. So you just want to line that up, and you can take some repositional tape. So I've got that along the bottom and that along the top, and I'm going to put it in position. So what this is going to do, hi Shell, hi Muriel, what this is going to do is cut out that door, but it's not going to cut here and it's not going to cut there. Okay?
Hello everybody, how many are we making? How many are we making?
30.
Okay.
Okay, so I've got this. So now I'm going to put it through my Big Shot. Once it's through the Big Shot, it's going to look like this. So here I have my little door. See that? Isn't that cute? Did not cut along the side. All right, next step. Once that door is cut, we're going to take this piece. This is the mechanism. All right. That's not the mechanism. Where is my mechanism? Where is it? Well, isn't that strange? Linda, is there a piece of metal, a piece of metal on the Big Shot base? I'm looking for something I've missed here. While we're looking for that, I've cut out 2 of these. Hi, Patty. All right, now, Jennifer McGuire, you only need 1, but Jennifer McGuire cut 2.
This is all I have.
Oh, okay. I've lost a piece. I'll find it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut. There's a little score line here too. So I'm going to cut there as well. All right. And what I'm going to do is I am going to add adhesive just in the middle here, not onto this folded part. This is just to strengthen. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. Oh well, I'll just leave it there. All right. I actually wanted to do this on the back, not on the front. So I'll just take my finger and remove. Another reason why I love this tape, I can just take that off. There we go. It's all gone. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to add the tape just in the spots, in the center spot. Okay, and then I'm going to add this just to give it some strength. And now it's nice and strong. All right. Okay, I am missing a piece. Do not know where it is, but luckily I've already cut it out. Isn't that odd? I remember putting it in the package. Am I just not seeing it? Bizarre. I'll have to go through everything and look for it. Anyways, it's a little piece that goes right here, and it cuts these 2 slits. See these 2 slits? It's going to cut those slits. And that is for the mechanism. All right, so now I'm going to flip it over. And now I'm going to take this, and I'm going to insert the T into these slots. Like so. and push it right to the end. And it fits perfectly. You can see this is lined up with the door. See that? So it's right in that slot. Okay, so it looks like that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put adhesive on here, and then I'm going to close up my card. Okay, I think I might add some glue there, just on that little rectangle. Okay, and then I'll just close up my door. And now you'll see I'm going to let that glue set. And now you'll see that it opens. Okay, we'll let that set. Okay, and then we'll have our little door that opens. Now it's going to drive me crazy. Oh, I found it. I found it. Yay. Okay, so this piece very simply goes right here like that, and it lines up with the bottom, so it's really easy. I mean, you can't make a mistake on this. It's so easy to make. And this piece cuts these two lines that you're going to slip the mechanism in. Okay, so it's very easy, and then the door opens. I'm going to add my glue here, and we'll just leave that alone. I'll put something heavy on it. All right, push that aside. All right, now I've cut out some pieces here. These are all from the tree. So here's the tree. So I've got my trunk, and I've got the leaves up here. And then this I cut out from one of the stitched hills, which I've used many times. I've used them for snow hills, I've used them for grass, and it's just perfect. Okay. The other thing that it cuts out is this door. So the door was there, and it cuts that out. And then I made the apples this time because I thought the tree would look much brighter and add some interest. So I cut the apples out. All right. So that's everything on this. I cut this out 3 times to make different layers. Now, Jennifer inked hers, which I could do to add some color to shading to it. So we could add really don't see that. You'd have to add a darker one. I could add rustic wilderness. Just to step it up a bit. Just add some shading to it. There, you can see that. Do that on all of them. There we go, and then this one. Okay. Just adds a little interest to it, and then we can do this one. Alrighty. Okay. Then she also added some to the tree trunk. So I might add a little bit of brown to well, that might not be dark enough. Maybe I'll just leave it. All right. So now I'm going to bring this back. All right, so now we have our tree trunk here. And we have our, I'm just going to kind of dry fit all this so we can see what's happening. So I am going to cut some of this off. I don't want it to interfere with my door. All right, so I'll cut a little bit more on. Okay, so we can put that one on first. And I'm just going to put that right here. The Wishing You is from the Halloween mice stamp. So that's perfect. And then this is just going to go right here. So I can add that one. Okay, so we'll bring this back and we'll add that right around the door opening. And then we'll make sure the door opens. Yeah, it does. See that? How cute is that? All right, and then we'll put the door front on. There we go. All right. There we go. Now, I do have a little bit of white there. I'm just going to move my door up. There we go. All right, so there's the door. And now I'm going to add my leaves. So this one I'm going to add here. Now I can open this up like so. So I'll just dry fit this first. So I think I'm going to put this behind here. Like that. Okay, so let's put that on. Okay, so that's under my tree branches. And then I'm going to put this one on, and I'll put that one here. Just to cover up those branches. I can kind of put it on an angle, you're not going to see it. Okay. And then the last one's going to go at the top, like so. All right. And that's going to go right. Maybe I'll put it like this. All right, so there's my tree. I'm going to fold my card up and turn it over, and then I'll just trim all the excess off. There we go. And there we go. I do like the inking on it. I think it does look nice. See the difference? It really does add to it. All right, and then when you open the door, we have our little slider. All right, now we'll decorate. So I'm just going to put a little doorknob on. So we'll put a little doorknob on, like so, and then we're going to open this up. Now on the inside here, I have all my little bits and pieces here. Of what we'll be using. So I thought on the inside, I would put a little ghost. All right. Now, when you're putting your ghost on here, you want it tucked under there like that. Okay. Now I'm just doing this right now before I seal it all up because I want to make sure his arm is okay in there. All right. So I'm going to take this off and I'm going to glue him on. You want it kind of tucked under so that it doesn't catch. Okay, so it slides like this. And that's perfect. Okay, let's open this up. So this is not the card. This is the card front. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put some foam tape on here. And where I'm going to put the foam tape is my pencil. I don't want it anywhere near this mechanism. So I'm going to put it up here, 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 and here. Okay, so that's where my foam tape is going to go. And then I'm going to put a little piece right here. I'm not going to put it along the bottom, just in those spots. All right, so I'm going to put some here. Now you could use foam, but I'm just using foam tape. Okay, so I'm putting a square so it doesn't interfere with anything. Jennifer does a really nice video using this, and she also shows how to use it in different ways, which is very interesting, and I will possibly do another one later showing you that. And then I'm going to put a piece right here. I don't think that's going to interfere. I better make sure. No, that's fine. Okay, so now we have our tape. I'm going to remove the backing. Of my foam tape. So we had a really nice virtual class on the weekend. And we have another virtual class coming up if you're interested. We're actually kitting those cards today, and I was just saying to the girls, these cards that we're doing in this virtual class coming up have to be in my top 3 favorite cards I've ever made. So I'm really pleased with it. All right, everything's working. I'm going to seal my card up. Okay, and let's check it. Ta-da! Oh, look at that. I'm going to cut that off. I put it too low. Not a problem. So you'll have to be careful with that. I've only made this one time before, so. I'll just take that off. The info on the class coming up is on the, I think it's at the top of the page. It's on the top of the page of their homepage. It's called Simply Stated. There we go. It's called Simply Stated Virtual Card Class. And the interesting thing, Shell, is that the cards, the paper, Simply Stated, is a Canadian company that is from Edmonton. And it's a one-person company. And she designs all the paper. And so I'm very pleased that I was able to create all Canadian cards. So that's coming up on November the 1st. All right, so here's our card. All right, so I just cut that out. Now, I'm going to add a few cute little things here. I'm just going to get my stamp. I can show you the cards after this video. And show you them. Okay, so here's Boo. So we're going to add that. So I'm just going to put Boo, Boo, Boo. How cute. And then I'm going to, I did a little word bubble, and this is actually from the stamp as well. And it's interesting because I'm making this a birthday card. So I'm going to put this on here. Now I'm going to kind of tuck it under his arm, like so that it doesn't get caught. I noticed it was getting caught, so I'm just going to tuck it under the arm. And hopefully that will prevent. Let's see. Yeah, so now that works. Today is your B-Day. Isn't that cute? All right. Now I'm going to add my little people. So we have a little witch here. I'll use my glue. Yes, I believe we can. I'll check with Kathy and let you know. Selena. So there we go. There's the little witch on her broom. How cute is that? Okay, then we have a little pumpkin. And we're going to put that right there. And then we have, she's going to turn the pumpkin into a carriage. And I have a little wand here. I'll put that on. There we go. There's the wand. Yeah, it's very cute. Very, very cute. And then we have and then I have my apples. So let's put some apples on here. I think they really add color to it and interest to the card. I'll do another card using this witch for Halloween. These apples are so cute. There's our apples. About 3 of them there. I have another one here. I'll put one on the ground. They just add so much color to it, don't they? Love it. All right. Okay, and then on the inside of my card, so this is the topper, all right? This is the topper of the card. And then it opens like this. And then this is the inside of the card. Mice birthday. And I have this little mice here. Mouse. And I'm going to put her right here. Okay. Adorable. Okay, now you're going to see that I am leaving, I'm going to put some glue under there, why I cut this card down, so that I could have a little white edge around it, and I think it looks better that way. I like it better. Okay, so I'm going to take, now when I'm adding this to the card, I don't want anything in here, okay, because I don't want that to interfere. All right. So we don't want anything to interfere with the bottom of the card. I can put a little bit down here. All right. Just going to see where this goes to. So I can put tape here. All right. And I do like it better with the white around it. You can see the difference here. So I just think it looks nicer, and I do like the shading on there, and I do like the apples. So I think it looks great. Now we have some other little things. I have a little bat here that's kind of cute. Could add that on. Maybe we'll put that on the inside. There's my bat. And I think that's all. Alrighty. So there we go. I think it's adorable. Yeah, the white definitely makes a nice, and then the recipient can open this up and it says today's your B-day, boo boo. And it opens and closes very nicely because I tucked it in there. All right, see this one, I didn't tuck it in and it gets caught. So it's best if you make a note to make sure everything glides easy. And there's our card, Knock Knock. So cute. I think some of the older stamps, I think there's one that has some knock knock jokes or something on them. Wishing you a nice birthday. I love it. So I will, there's other things you can do with this. You just don't have to use the door. You can use other things, and I will do another card later on and show you how you can do that. All right. Oh, it's so darn cute. The inking really is lovely on it. Okay, Thursday. I am making this card. Now, I made a background like this, similar to this, a while back. And then I told you I was going to up it and put some foil on it. So this is what I did here. And so I'm going to show you how to make this card. The gold foil just really adds to it, and it's deco foil. All right, so I'm going to show you how to do that. And this is from a Better Press. I'm very impressed with Better Press. It just makes such a crisp stamped image. I love it. All right, so on Thursday I'm going to make this card, and I'm using a poppy. I'm not sure. I think it's a Spellbinders, but I'm not sure on that. But we'll know on Thursday. And then you can see the gold flecking there. All right. So that's going to be on Thursday. Alrighty. Thanks for joining me. The products that I used are Halloween mice. That's Lawn Fawn stamp. I used the Knock Knock Who's There. And I found my piece that I'm missing. And there we go. And then I also used the Knock Knock Who's There tree add-on. I'll post everything up in the description. Oh, and I'm going to show you those cards, Shell. Just one sec. All right, here they are. Okay, so there's cardinals. So I'm making this block one, so it folds flat, and then it's like that, and then you sign it on the back. I love this one. This is a little stand up, and you pull the little ribbon and sending joy. Look at all those lovely cardinals. Then there's this one. This one has a vellum front on it. When you open it up, it pops. This one goes like this. These cardinals are beautiful. And again, this is all Simply Stated, a Canadian company. This one has a little window in it. This one has Happy Holidays with this crisscross. So pretty. And then on the inside you have a little gift bag. And this one has a little pop-up on it, and when you put it in your envelope, it lays flat. And this one has paper strips, and when you open it up, it has a little box, a little gift in it for your gift card. Okay, so those are the cards we're making. It's on November the 1st, and it's called Simply Stated. It's pinned to the top of the Scrapbook Cottage Facebook page. You'll see it pinned there, and you can click on it and sign up. All right? Okay, thanks for joining me. I'll see you on Thursday for this card. Bye-bye.